All right. You guys ready? In the back? Come on in. Okay. What did you guys think of that presentation with Justin? Good, right? That was the first. I was like you guys. I was watching that. I was like blown away. By the way, a lot of what he said was true about being degenerates and like being idiots when we were younger and having fun. So this presentation is going to be very tactical though. Okay, a lot of that was stories and like being emotional. This one's going to get straight into the business side of things. Okay, so do you guys all have the documents ready? So pull it up on your phones. So I titled this, Lead or Be Left Behind, the Future of Barbering is Online. So before we get started, I was thinking about this. I don't think it makes sense to put this on airplane mode because we're going to need to do a few things online. So just remove notifications. If there's anything you guys could do for me right now, like remove all the notifications, because if you get a text message, do you know how long it takes for you guys to get back into flow state and focus mode? You know the science behind that? Yeah. Oh, you didn't scan it yet? 20 to 45? 20 minutes, right? So that's why it's very important for you guys to remove the notifications, because I'm going to need your full focus, because it's going to require a lot of brain power for this. Does everyone have this? Yes? Okay. All right. So 6 steps for this presentation. First one is going to be self-analysis grading. So I want to put you guys in groups. We've got about 28 of you guys, so we'll put you guys in 4s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, group 1. 1, 2, 3, group 1. 1, 2, 3, group 2. Group 3. Group 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 together, if you guys could. Actually, no, 9, 10, it's fine. Okay? So step 1 is going to be self-analysis grading. Step 2, we're going to launch our first ads. Has anyone launched an ad before? Does anyone have an idea of what an ad looks like? No? Okay. It's going to be very important. 3, refining our funnel conversion. 4, integrating AI to get clients. This just got released. Does anyone know what ManyChat is? No? Okay, we're going to talk about that. How to focus, cognitive load, which is kind of what we brushed up on now, and time audit. You guys are going to realize by the end of the time audit what you guys are actually wasting your time on and what's actually making you money with the time you guys are spending on certain activities. And then last but not least, we'll do Q&A. Cool? Perfect. So let's first start with optimizing our brands. And I want to make this very interactive, okay? It's going to be like a conversation that we're all having together. So what do you guys notice with these brands right now? I think a lot of you guys understand social media at this point. What do you think is the reason why personal brands are growing the most? What do you guys notice with certain pages like these?
Consistency. It has a theme.
Okay, what is the theme?
Long hair, gentlemen's haircuts, layers.
Cool. Julian?
They have themselves on the actual page.
Okay.
One of the photos on there is, well, at least the photo of himself.
Yeah. Yep.
Problem solution.
Problem solution. Yep, love that.
The lifestyle, their whole lifestyle, and how they like the day-to-day.
Yep. Love that.
Exactly who the person is and their beliefs.
Okay.
Storytelling?
Storytelling. To be honest, you guys are all right. It's all of those combined, right? So pull up your Instagram pages. And as a group, as a collective now, I've done 7 touch points on what you guys need to look at for a personal page to really look at its best. Okay, the first one is profile optimization. What does that mean? Profile picture, bio, what does that look like? Is it clean? Is it concise? Is it direct? What does the profile picture look like? Is it a high-end picture? Is it not? Grade yourself from 1 to 10. So I know you guys all have your notebooks. Write it down in your notebooks, okay? Visual branding and aesthetics. What does that look like? 1 to 10. Technical expertise. What does that look like? 1 to 10. Content strategy, 1 to 10. Audience and connection, relatability. Business positioning, authority, credibility, pricing signals, right? If you're charging 20 bucks, unfortunately, clients are not going to look at that as authority, right? Where are you at price point wise, right? And everything will come together. And last but not least, marketing funnel. Is there a clear path for a client to book an appointment, right? Typically, they go on Instagram. There's a link in bio. They click on that bio. Is it easy, right? Because this day and age, a lot of we're very understanding of how social media works. We know the internet. We're on our phones all the time. But a lot of clients, they don't know this stuff. So is it easy for them to funnel down and book an appointment, right? So 1 to 10. And then as a group, at the very end, we're going to talk about what are certain things that we could optimize, right, as a collective. Does that make sense? Does anyone have any questions in regards to any of these?
Can you elaborate on audience and connection?
So relatability, like day in the life, right? Like if you post stuff of the gym, I think you have a lot more relatability if it's just haircuts, right? If it's haircut, there's going to be way less relatability with the clients you're trying to attract, right? Profile would be like, what does the profile picture look like? What's the bio look like? Yeah. And then as a collective, guys, I want you guys to start talking about it. So you guys could probably start doing this now. Let's do this together. So with your groups, group 1, you guys start talking, okay, like this is my profile. What could I do better, right? Talk together, right? Let's work as a team. Each one of you guys, talk as a team. Why do you feel this way? Why do you think, why is it a 6 out of 10? What could I do better? Where's the missing 4, okay? Talk about that. Again, I'll reiterate, profile optimization, profile picture bio. Visual branding and aesthetics, visually, how does it look? Does it look like a gallery page, like an art gallery when you walk in, you're like, wow, this looks pretty? Or is it not clean, it's not concise, it's not cohesive? Technical expertise. When you're showcasing those videos, does it sound like you know what you're talking about? Content strategy, do we have variety in content, right? Is it just haircuts or is there day in the life, process, carousels, educational? Audience and connection. You have that. Do you feel like there's relatability with your audience? Business positioning. Again, I think it falls into education as well. Pricing signals, credibility, right? Are you cutting famous people on Instagram? Marketing funnel, is there a clear path? When a client goes on your Instagram, is it easy for them to turn into a client? Is the funnel easily done?
Bring that to the variety of content.
That's what you're missing?
Yeah, I feel like
You had a lot of
Cool.
people, you have a lot of people.
but it's the new trying to figure
Try not to go that way because if I run,
So where should I be? Around here? Okay.
That's exactly.
I want to give you like a frame of mind.
Yeah, tell
So
me.
from this third
Don't go
chair,
past.
don't go past because we won't see you anymore. So from both sides.
Okay. Yeah.
Like I think this is bad.
My new one is
Yeah.
So with the business positioning, the authority, credibility, and pricing signals.
Yeah.
So is that like in a photo or like is it
Yeah, good question. I think that comes down to like educational videos, right? That comes down to things that sometimes are not, but it's the truth. Things that you might not be fully in control of right now that you can't change. Like if someone's charging $20, they can't go and charge 100 tomorrow. So these are things you got to work on. So overall, when you look at it, do you have educational video? What's your pricing? What do you think it's at based on where the industry's at?
Okay.
Right?
Thank you.
Like Simon, what are you charging? Yeah, so pricing is good for him, right? But you're saying education, you're probably at like a 8, 9. No, but seriously, so $100, what else do you think? Oh, maybe educational you could get better at. Credibility, how many followers? Yeah, I would still say 8, 9, bro, to be honest. Where are you located? Yeah, there's you and that's it, and it's Yoshi. That's it. Andy Ali. I'm down. I'm down. You need a quick clean. I was looking at it. It would be embarrassing if you went back home and I didn't touch it with all these barbers,
I
bro.
did shower this morning, but yeah. I came to Barber and I came back.
Yeah. How we doing, team? You stuck out anything?
We're reviewing each other.
Nice. Oh, that's smart. I love that.
Yeah, right. That's why I have that. So it's simple. And then I have my real name over here and the location. So then they know this.
How you guys doing?
Pretty good. We're just doing an order. I already went.
I love that.
What is happening in the video?
Love that.
As soon as they click on
How y'all doing?
See me unless you go into a specific post.
Good? You guys have any questions in regards to them?
No, when you say profile optimizations, that means like your bio, right?
Exactly. How the bio looks. Is it concise? Is it clear? Is it giving them direction? And then what is the picture? Like, let me see yours, Cam. Yeah, very good. I would say yours is a 10, bro, to be honest. Maybe the bio a little bit. Book your appointment with me below. Where? Where should they book it? Right? As in, like, you didn't write down where are you Barber located at. Oh, actually did. Aberdeen Barber. Yeah, 10 out of 10. Yeah.
Content is like, I know if I'm already being successful without it at all, like barely do it, I can only imagine when it actually.
You know what I mean? When I have the background, people are coming in like, yeah, what's up with this guy? So I read the chat. Oh, okay.
Or weekly. And honestly, I was just like my background. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Like I was thinking about setting up a camera.
It's so much more satisfying to watch, but it is like exhausting.
Okay, guys, we'll spend another minute.
Yeah, I think having variety like that. I'll throw up one of my videos I've done and then repost
Okay, cool, guys. All right, we'll move on. Okay, cool. So, 2 more minutes? Can you do 30 seconds? 30 seconds.
One more minute. See, I put it all together.
Okay, guys, let's go. So who wants to go first? Who wants to open up and mention what they feel like is their biggest bottleneck and what they're going to improve on now? Yeah, go ahead, bro.
For me, it's the content strategy mixed with the audience and connection. I don't film enough of what I do on a daily basis and feature myself on the page. It's really missing. I do a lot of cuts and some education, but I think it makes it hard for clients to connect with me. It kind of looks like a bot page almost. So,
Interesting. Cool. So what are you going to do moving forward?
Have my camera ready when I'm out and about doing the things that I'm doing. Keep it from my mind because I do stuff. I just don't record.
Oh, exactly. Love it.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I'd say for me, it's like just cleaning it up, and again, kind of similar to what you said, it's just making it more personal. It's like I record a lot of stuff, like actually creating that personality, because because I think that's one of my strongest suits for social media is my personality. So
Yeah.
creating that so therefore people can relate to it. Because we were scrolling through like my carousels, and one of the ones that had nothing to do with cutting hair, and I just posted it and it got like 700 likes.
There you go.
So it's like just become more personal with that and be
Yeah.
more frequent in posting.
And the good thing with that is when you start doing that stuff, your audience will tell you what they like. See, like your audience told you this is something completely different. What did you say you got 700 likes? Your audience liked it. So then what do? You do more of it, right? More, better, different. More, better, different. Anybody else? Yeah.
So on my bio, they're telling me that I didn't have the address of the location. So maybe I had the address and then
100%.
clicked on my booking link. It was like download an app, which is inconvenient.
There you go.
So,
Are you on Booksy?
yeah.
Okay, so who else is on Booksy? Wow. Okay, so I did an audit of someone 2 weeks ago, and this is the thing. This is the whole point of why this is crazy. Because a lot of the times we don't check our own funnel. But like you post your content every single day, you get all these new followers, but that one bottleneck could completely destroy your business. And what I mean by that is exactly like you said, I was looking at this guy's Instagram page, he had 20,000 followers, and I was doing the audit, and I was like, being a client, I'm like, wow, I love their Instagram. I'm ready to book an appointment. Then I click on the link to book their appointment. Then it brings me to an app. Then I have to download the app, make a login, and then book an appointment. At that point, I'll tell you right now, there's like 4 to 5 touch points before they were able to book. You lost the client. Think about how many people you lost because of that one bottleneck. So what we want to do is we want to cover the holes of our bucket, right? So just make sure right now, actually, let's do this right now. Everyone that's on Booksy, click on the link. And if you don't have the app, like I would delete the app. If you don't have the app, does it bring you to the app store to download the app? Because if it does, I would find another way. Because I'm telling you right now, you're losing a lot of clients by doing that. Yes? Mm-hmm.
Let's say for me, mine's learntocut. I'll put learntocut Booksy. First, you don't have to download that.
There you go. How do you do it?
So if you go on Booksy, you'll put your personal Booksy. You'll copy and paste. Use that as a link.
That's what I do. And it takes you.
Yeah. I did it to 2 Booksy pages, both of them same thing. If I was a client, I'm think about it. Then I have there's so many touch points. It's annoying. I'm already lost. Especially with dopamine and people's attention span, they forgot about it. Done.
It's happened to me before. I've been on vacation wanting to book an appointment with a barber, and I was like, oh, I'm not.
It's so annoying, yeah. And then you'll never book again. Yeah.
With the tattoo artist, I was looking at and same thing. I was like, this is dumb.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, cool. Guys, this is going to be very, very powerful. Yeah.
So, what's the difference between a business and a personal on Instagram, like your analytics and restrictions?
And what do you mean by that specifically?
So, what do you use for your Instagram? Are you like a business profile or are you a personal profile?
For me specifically?
For the.
I think it's personal.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
So why though?
So I think with business, I think you have way more restrictions with music and certain things. So that's the reason I don't like business on my personal. But I don't think you should even do business with your actual business as well. Reason why, I don't know, there's another concept. Does anyone know the Nelk Boys? So the Nelk Boys have never gotten paid by YouTube, right? But that's because they were able to do certain things that was outside of the world of YouTube paying them, which allowed their brand to grow. So they didn't have the restrictions, and then they funneled online products to make a lot of money, right? So the reason why I'm saying this, I don't know if it touches up on what you're asking, but I would rather not get restricted, focus on my own personal brand, and use other funnels and other products to sell to make more money than relying on Instagram. Does that make sense? Yeah. Cool. Does that answer a lot of you guys' questions?
Now, are you able to, let's say, do those boosted ads on a personal page?
Yeah.
I don't think you can.
Yeah, I think so.
You can boost your videos.
We'll find out. Yeah, I think you can because mine's personal.
Like on the shop side, I'll do that sometimes.
You haven't tried it on your personal? Try it now. Can you open it?
Oh, my personal business page as well.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So one thing I really struggle with is creating a workflow with my team to be able to repurpose our content. Because I know one of the categories here was content variety, right?
Right.
So how do you go about making it easy and efficient for you to maybe take the long forms and then chop that up into 60 pieces rather than having to have a different strategy for each one?
Good question. So what is the long form that you're shooting?
So we do some sit downs where we
Podcast.
go live.
Yeah.
And audience asks us questions.
Mm.
And we also just do ask the people and get questions that are commonly asked and try to dive into those topics.
Okay.
But we want to be able to repurpose our vlogs as well. That way we can show the day in the lives and the different interactions we have with other people that might bring value. That way we have those different types of content.
Mm-hmm. So you want to repurpose them on Instagram or other platforms, right? I mean, one app that's really, really good that Remy actually recently used specifically for talking. Like if you're, let's say, sitting down talking for an hour, what's the app? I forgot the name. Opus. So now with AI, it just cuts a lot of these and you could just repurpose them on a lot of platforms. And what I typically do with podcast style videos or long form videos like that, you want to always test them out on TikTok. Like TikTok gives you way more leeway to post content multiple times a day than Instagram. If you post 4 or 5 on Instagram, your 4th to 5th one's going to have a lot less engagement, but there is a chance one of them does blow up. Like Sly Huncho, I don't know if you guys know who that is. He got 1 million followers, I think, in 6 months, right? But I also think he was doing the same thing on TikTok. So what you could do is you use it on TikTok, you use it as a flywheel to then see what content is doing really well on TikTok to then bring it over on Instagram. So use it as a strategy to see what's viral on TikTok and then post it on Instagram. But what I was gonna say to answer your question, Opus. Opus just like breaks it all up and you just throw it on there. Yeah. Or hire a VA. Opus is cheaper because it's AI. Hiring depends on the type of content. But if you're doing like vlogs, it's a little difficult. And I don't think vlog style from YouTube does too well on Instagram. I think it has to be very strategic on how you actually shoot the content for it to be a vlog style on Instagram.
So my main goal with that, are you familiar with Zidane Mutlu?
The soccer player?
That's right. But Zidane Mutlu, he's this Turkish guy.
Okay. Barber.
Yes, Barber too. I know you've seen his content, but he has a really nice personal.
Right, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. And he does stuff on YouTube, but he's also able to use a lot of those clips and repurpose them for short form on TikTok and Instagram. So we're building a team now, and we're just trying to figure out how exactly we make it efficient. That way, we're not wasting like time trying to,
I guess let me ask you this: what is the biggest bottleneck? It's like when you say efficiency, what does that mean? Like you're not posting enough. You don't know what to post. What is?
We don't know what to post.
Okay. Have you tried throwing? Like, have you tried even just thinking of an idea and just throwing it out there to see, or are you like just there's a roadblock on the creativity side?
I would say on the creativity side.
Okay.
We posted long form YouTube.
Yeah. So what I would say is take the long form vlogs, chop it up, either Opus you could use or just try it yourself and do that strategy. You won't know till you test it. So put it on TikTok and then use that as a flywheel for Instagram. Yeah. But editing could be a little bit difficult for day in the lives through Opus. So your other option is you either have to do it or you hire a VA. AI isn't there yet. Go ahead. No? Nothing?
So for day in the lives, like that's something like I found more success in versus post.
Right.
Like I still post the barber content, but I find that my audience likes when I post more of the day in the life stuff. But what are some like key points when you're doing the day in the life stuff? Like what would make it more engaging? What's something you found like that you would say that this is the kind of stuff that you want to do or type of shots you need to get to make it more engaging? Because I know like you want stuff to look interesting. Like at the mansion this weekend, I'll be able to get great stuff that looks good and pleasing to the viewer. But like I know I'm not going to be at a mansion every day.
Yeah, exactly. Let me ask you guys, what do you guys think? How do you make day in the life more interesting? Go ahead.
Making it satisfying, the aesthetic.
Okay.
If you're picking a certain vibe, keep it throughout the entire video.
Different camera shots.
I'd say the biggest thing right now, like genuinely the action dude with the face in the water thing, like bowl of ice and put his face in the water. Like everybody, I'm sure everybody's seen it. I think he has that shit on lock. Like he's doing a day in the life, no voiceover, but it's just so
Yeah.
Like you just know what he's about to do. Like,
I'll answer it. There's a trend right now, like that, obviously everyone's seen it, right? The water, everyone's doing it, right? But now a lot of people are kind of using that as an idea and a concept to do the day in the lives where it's like multiple different action shots, but voiceover to actually explain what's happening in the day in the life, right? So you're using different scenes, multiple cuts. Central C recently did it and I really like it. And there's a lot of people doing it now. So it's multiple angles, but you're like, there's a voiceover on top of it. But the voiceover is also kind of cut quick. So you're explaining it fast. It's like everything's being faster and just condensed now. That's kind of for Instagram specifically, I think that'll work really well. Yeah.
I think there's a creative block though. I think people think their stories aren't interesting and they don't share it because they're locked thinking that no one cares. But the thing is you and I live very different lives. You might find your life to yourself, oh, it's repetitive, but to me, I don't see you every day. So you should show that stuff because someone out there doesn't know that about you. And once you let that block go, it opens the creative freedom to just show and think that, oh, this actually could be interesting. I think with the trends and stuff, yeah, you could target that, but if you just be you throughout that process, eventually it will click and people will become a fan of what you're doing. But we block ourselves from allowing that to happen. And that's a big thing.
100%. Yeah, couldn't have said it better. I mean, that's how you build your brand. Right? Literally, which is going to be the presentation I'm sure you'll talk about. Cool. Let's launch our first ad. This is going to be extremely powerful, guys. I want you to pay very close attention. There might be certain parts where it's a little bit confusing, and if it is, raise your hand because I'll explain it again because this is going to be very powerful for you guys. So let's launch our first ads. There's 6 steps to it. And step 1 is we got to think of the creative. Creative is the visuals. Step 2 is creating the script, the copy. Step 3 is going to be uploading it. Step 4 will be pinning it. Step 5 will be spending targeted money. Step 6 will be tracking it. But I want to play the video first so you guys get an idea. By the way, this got him 13 clients the following day. Okay? But watch the ad. If it works. Jesus Christ.
It's at 5 clicks, bro.
Yeah, we're losing people already. Okay, actually, you know what might be better? Can you guys click on the video from the actual? Yeah, that might be better. Yeah, everyone watch it on your own. I want to hear the sound, so I know you guys are watching it. Is it working?
Mine's working. Say this Barber.
There's a play button at the top of the bar.
At the top, like at the header of the presentation, there's a play button. Like on the header. You see it?
On the screen. Let me see if I can get the video up on the screen. Are you on the slideshow?
Hey, man. Yeah.
It's fine. Leave it. Okay, cool. Everyone saw it? Okay. The reason why I wanted to show you that as well, didn't it look simple? It's stupid simple. Like ads are usually very hard, especially creatives. And a lot of you guys probably already have those B-rolls. There might be 1 or 2 clips you're missing, like the shot of him sitting in the chair. But let's look into it. What is the copy, right? Let's think of the copy. Why do you guys think he was able to book 13 appointments from this ad, right? So it says, meet Sam. Sam is a barber from 9 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Tuesdays through Saturdays. So the first thing he said, 1, he called his name, right? Second thing is, he went straight to I am a barber. Why is that important to do that right away for an ad's perspective? Clarity of exactly what he's offering, right? He's offering a haircut. You know exactly if it's a barber and someone's not interested in a haircut, they're going to opt out. That's why you want to do it an ad. You don't want to put it all the way to the end because what's the point? You got all these people engaged till the end. You're going to lose on so much money and potential. Hence why you say it right away. You call it out right away. You tell them exactly your availability. Then you call them out and you tell them exactly where you're located. From there, he goes, Sam works hard to make his clients feel confident. You should be like Sam and work hard too. But first, come get a cut. CTA. You can't tackle the day without looking your best. Now, if that got him 13 clients, I think there's a missing part. I think it could be a lot better. And this is what we're going to figure out collectively. So what do I feel like it's missing? I think it's missing a stronger hook, right? How can we make the hook stronger? You go, tired of average fades, meet the guy that's changing the game in Buffalo. That's a stronger hook than meet Sam. Sam is a barber. Hey guys, right? This is like calling them out right away. They're saying, most barbers do fades. I'm different. Come get a haircut with me in Buffalo. That is a stronger hook. Second one is, it was all about Sam instead of the client, right? A lot of people they want you to talk about them, not you. Okay, that makes it more engaging. And the CTA, a lot of the times when it comes to ads, guys, you need to almost provide value. Now, I'm not saying you guys have to go with a discount, but that is way more powerful than come get a cut. So think of it. What could be a CTA that you guys could give as value for them to be like willing to take the first action? It could be a product. It could be a free consultation, right? What is that free value? Yes.
So for the availability, what if you're not consistent? Like you don't have 8 to 6 Monday through Friday. You know, what if you're only there 4 days a week and they fluctuate? Like that's my schedule right now. 2
Right.
days a week I'm in the morning, 2 days a week I'm at night.
If it's too messy, then I don't think saying exactly the times makes sense.
So then how would you go about
I think availability could be you work 4 days. You could say Monday to Friday. You could just say Monday to Friday, right? Rather than Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., just Monday to Friday. Does this make sense so far? What's good about it? Obviously, again, what did I say? Barber, availability, location, and call to action. It had all those components. So let's spend the next 5 to 10 minutes. Let's do 5 on what could be your copy for your first ad. Think about it. Okay, I'll go back to what Sam's is so you guys can come up with ideas. But I genuinely think we could come up with a way better script. Make sense? Any questions about this? Which one? This one? Yeah. Sure. I didn't use ChatGPT for any of this. Maybe 1 or 2.
I was like,
I know. Like, think about it. You guys are doing precision-based cutting. Like, what are strong words that people want these days? Tailored, right? Precision. Like, maybe that could be something that's implemented in your hook. Like, imagine a client's never heard a barber that's creating a haircut based on someone's face shape. How can we implement that in the first 2 seconds of the video? Right? This is the things we got to think of. What can we do to get them so hooked that they're like, whoa, that's different? Then the visual is the fuel, right? So the visual makes up for what you're saying. But guys, the truth is you could have the greatest visuals, but the shittiest copy, and because of the copy, it will not convert. Your message is very important. Let's take 5 minutes. We're also a little late, so I gotta go a bit quicker. Someone asked, can I use ChatGPT? You guys can. For ideas. But here's another thing. Don't use ChatGPT as your final. That's the problem. It's like you guys use it. It's like you get lazy about it. Opa. You get a little lazy about it, and then you just don't refine it. The whole point, it's a tool. We got to go back and refine it. Don't break my camera, Diego. Okay, who's got a hook for me? Who wants to go first?
Want to feel different? Meet the man that has given confidence to many people in Los Angeles by perfecting their look and their hair.
Cheese! Did you use ChatGPT? Bam! Okay, can you say it louder so people could hear it?
Want to feel different? Meet the man that has given confidence to many people in Los Angeles by perfecting their look and their hair.
Okay, the only thing I would change, I feel like it was all the way to the end until you said hair.
Well, that's almost like what I was kind of going for because it wants to make you understand
Hook
like,
until
what it
the
is
end.
that's going to make it
True.
build suspense on it.
There you go. Smart man. That's marketing. That's marketing. Okay? Marketing is messaging. It's like manipulating a little bit. I don't like to use that word, but it is. Okay. Yes.
Want to feel different? Meet the man that has given confidence to many people in Los Angeles by perfecting their look by their hair.
Their look and their hair. Yeah. Yeah.
I just said life is unique. It's not one size fits all. So why is your haircut?
Nice. I like that. Life is unique. It's not one size fits all. So why is your hair? And then boom. Exactly. Yeah. Really good, bro. These are good. These are really good. This is a very good session. Go.
The days of guessing how your haircut will come out are over. It's the shave from the bank.
You guys are marketing. Did you guys read copybooks or something? What's going on here? Okay, cool. I want to kind of skim through this a little bit quicker. Do you guys understand the concept? Okay, this is what marketing is all about. It's about the messaging. So we got the copy. Now we got to look at the creative. What do we like about the creative? What was the good parts about it? He was smiley. He was welcoming, right? The first initial thought. Showcasing scissor work. There was a scissor haircut. And showcasing styling at the end. Most barbers don't style hair, right? That was what's good about it. What's missing? More variety of cuts. There was only one haircut in his video. So what I think could have been better is like multiple B-rolls of all the different styles he's able to do. More variety of location, right? Nowadays with dopamine, like I think it would have been good, like we just spoke about, opens the door into the shop, then it's him sitting, then it's him cutting, then it's him doing something else somewhere else. Does anyone know Alex Hormozy? His visual cuts are very different. The location's very different because it's visual dopamine as well. So I think you could do that. More client emotions, right? I think there could have been more of how the clients were interacting with the barber, right? So more of the emotions on that side. And the truth is, you guys probably already have those clips, right? The only thing you're probably missing is the copy. And here's the thing. What did I say? I'm going to make it stupid simple. We could do it now with AI as well. So you guys could use this website, take the copy, paste the copy, use this specific jackpot number 2, which is the one I like the most. It's like a commercial voice. And you guys literally could launch your first ads today. You probably could launch your first ads today. Now, if you're missing it, if you're missing certain pieces, like visually, like if there's certain visual videos you're missing, I would hold off a little bit. Go back to the shop. It would take you less than 3 minutes. Get those shots, whether it's you sitting or you opening the shop, whatever those visual videos are, and then just do the rest. You just got to put it into the video. Does that make sense? Okay. So let's spend 2 minutes, not 3, 2 minutes. What do you guys think you guys could do visually now? What are certain shots you could add for your ad? Andy Ale. Ale. Cool. Who wants to go first? Visuals. Yeah.
I put jump cuts, pop up shots, slow moving B-roll, and then like sitting down shots.
You said jump cuts?
Yeah.
What's that? Like jump, like basketball?
No, like a jump cut, like so, like let's say.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about something, and I'll jump cut to the next scene.
Which could be also cool. Imagine you shoot the ball and you're like, want a good haircut? No. There you go. Well, also it's relatable. That would be a good visual hook because most of your clients, they probably like basketball. And if they like basketball, they probably come get haircuts as well. So think of those things, right? Your first visual shot, what is going to be the thing that gets the attention? Who else? Yeah.
Like I put strong showcases of the final cut client or final product, making sure that the clients really engage the camera because sometimes that really helps when the client turns and looks.
True.
And then also embracing the client at the end of the service, like the dap up, the hug,
Yep.
the personability.
Very good. Yeah, bro.
So I got styling, so detail work and styling, welcoming the client, so like the overshot, the view of the shop, the aesthetic of what they kind of can come in to expect when they kind of walk in. Video, personal consultation, kind of like what it's going to look like, so you can have like little clips about just talking in general, so they kind of get a feeling of what it's like in the chair. And then the shampoo experience, you can do a little bit of clip of how like the relaxing part of it, because some people really enjoy that, especially when coming to me.
Absolutely.
Multiple shots as far as like clippers, curls, different textured cuts that you work with, so
Amazing.
different ethnicities to character traits, and that way you have the finish, and then finishing up with all those looks, and then like you said, like just the exit strategy of person.
Perfect. Really good. Amazing. Great ideas here. Cool. So now we have the video, we have the audio, it's all done, right? We have the video, the visual, the creative. So the next step is you pin the post. The reason why you pin the post, raise of hands if you have, out of your first video, when someone lands on your Instagram, who has an intro video of what they do and who they are? You see? See why this is so important? So it acts as an ad because you're going to boost it, but it also adds to your story. Because that's the first thing they're going to see. They're going to click, most people are going to click that first video. So that's why you want to put it as your pinned post. You want to tell them exactly who you are.
It's almost like liked video on my page.
Is it? Okay, so you have one. Yeah. There you go. Then you boost it. Typically, you want to do $10 a day, and then you want to track it and increase the budget. Okay, so how does that look? What is it? So can you guys see this? Because I know it's a little bit too far. It's tough, right? Maybe quickly open up your phone. So I've made this process like so easy. Usually ads takes a lot of tracking on the back end and whatnot. But guys, this is so easy. So once you posted it, you pinned it, then you boost it, right? And then you go into the message you part. You click send message. From there, you go create your own for your audience. So the only way they could see the ad is if they message you, or if they're interested, they're gonna message you. Then they're gonna, audience-wise, you gotta go create your own audience. And then you wanna use this specific button. This came out about 2 weeks ago. It's from Meta, it's Facebook. It's AI now integrated with ads. So this is why it's so powerful, because your boosted posts are gonna target exactly who are the clients that are gonna come to your business, because Meta and Facebook already has an idea based on your followers, who are the people that are most interested. So this is extremely targeted ads now. So you want to click this. What was that?
I got a notification for yesterday. It's like, do you want
Exactly. Yep. So it just recently came out. So this is why boosted posts are so powerful. So you keep that. You go location. So probably where are you? LA, but specifically. Okay. What's the population in Burbank? So I'll probably put Burbank. Yeah. So a little bit more specific, right? And then I would go 30 days duration, $10 daily. Okay? Does that make sense so far? So you're going to spend about $300 a month. This is where it gets a little bit more complicated. So I want your attention. This is the most important part. It's good to spend the money, but we need to know if we have a return on our investment. So what I've done is through your notes, you could track all this. You're going to have two specific tabs. One that says ad tracking with cost. One that says ad tracking with bookings. Okay? Ad tracking with costs, you want to put spend on date and number of messages. There's a difference on number of messages and conversations. Does anyone know what that is, the difference on that? Go ahead.
It's the cost is like a lead, and then the actual bookings are the actual person follows through with that lead.
Close. You're there. So messages are people that reach out, but some of them won't keep the conversation going. The conversations means, okay, you message them back, they messaged you back, they're more interested. This is higher intent than this. You'll most likely get way more messages than people that will have conversations with, okay? So that's why you want to differentiate it. Most likely you're just going to spend $10 a day. And then you want to see, based on those messages and conversations, how many booked, okay? So you have 4 tabs: spend, messages, conversations, and bookings. And this is the term that most people will use in ads, which is ROAS. Has anyone heard that before? Return on ad spend. So the logic on ROAS is, this is where it gets a little bit, now we're going to play some math. If you spend $300 that month, $10 a day times 30 is 300, and you get 20 bookings at $50 a haircut, you just made $1,000. Okay, but that doesn't mean the 1,000 is in your pocket. That means what you do is you take the 1,000, you divide it by 300, that's 3 times on ROAS. So what was your profits? Yeah, exactly. But 3x on ROAS means that yes, you are profitable, but it doesn't mean you're ready to scale. Because the name of the game in business, guys, is what? Once you have volume, well, you need to have availability, so capacity, volume, and then when you have the demand, what do? You raise your prices, you scale. And that process keeps repeating. This is a never-ending process. So when you have the availability, you spend the money, you get more clients. When you have more clients, you don't have availability, what do? Raise your prices, and you go through the same exact system. So if you're 4x on ROAS, what do you think you need to do? Increase budget. So very simply, let's say in March, you spent 300, you did 3.3 on ROAS. In April, you spent 300, you did 1,200 on ROAS. That means 4x on ROAS. What does that mean after that? You now could spend $20 a day. Does that make sense? That's ads 101. Who's going to go home and run ads now? Cool. All right. Now let's improve our funnel. Funnel goes usually from cold traffic to warm traffic to hot traffic. If they're here, you got a client for life, right? Most clients, when they land on your page, they're at this stage. Okay, what does that stage mean? They're at the stage of, who is this barber? Their work looks interesting, but it's not enough for me to book yet. And then they go from, I'm thinking about switching to this barber, they seem legit, to then I booked, let's see if they live up to the hype, to then being like, wow, this guy's the best, I'm gonna tell everyone about it. That is a funnel, right? Now, in your eyes, what is, or how can we improve your specific funnel right now? So let's look at this, right? Based on this, where can we go and make it better, right? So the first step is awareness, Instagram and TikTok typically. The second one is show your expertise, consultation style videos, process videos, authority style videos. The third step is a booking link, DM automations, clear CTAs in your bio. The fourth step is referrals. So look at your funnel currently. What are you currently doing? Where can you improve in that funnel? Let's take 2 minutes. Let's write it down. Write it down. Andiale.
How do you track the loyalty programs?
How do you track it? Good question. Squire doesn't have this, unfortunately. Obviously, the shittiest way to do it is manually. Yeah, you do it yourself. I haven't been able to find an app for this or a program, to be honest. So I would say manually. Yeah.
How much you create a business on that?
That was the thinking, yeah. It needs to be.
Do it.
Yeah. As in like referrals, right? That's what you meant. Like, how do you track it? There isn't an efficient way. So what I've done in the past is bring 2 friends. Like, again, you have to track it manually. Bring 2 friends, third one's on me. That's what I used to do a lot of. And it worked. But again, it's hard to track. Who is the friend? How many times? There's so many factors in there.
There's some punch cards in there every time they come in.
You have?
No, I'm saying.
That could be one, yeah.
I go to a coffee shop, they do that. Every time.
Yeah. There you go. That's another one. Points. Right? Collect this many points, you get a free drink.
The software that my current salon uses is called Forest. They actually can track some of that and who the new client retention is. A lot of the times too, we'll do like a personal client card. So underneath that client's name, we say, so who so-and-so referred so-and-so, and that way we can keep track of how many people that person actually personal referred to the salon based on their in their contact information and client.
Makes sense, yeah.
So
I
wherever
just
you keep their notes, that's where we kind of like write
I
down.
just thought of another one. You could do it in a way where it's a link, right? This is an easy way to probably do it then. There's a link, and then in that link, if they refer a friend, they get a number of money from your business. So it's, let's say, $20 that they get, and then they could use that for your business, but it's a link, so now you could track it through the links, right? Because if it's all online, it should be easily trackable. So you send them the specific link for them. That's the problem. You probably have to find a way where it's like generating new links for each customer. And then if they refer someone, then it's trackable through some sheet or whatever in the back end. Yeah. But I'll let you know. I think there could be a better answer. If I find something, I'll let you know. Yeah.
The DM automation is set up automatically when you do ads, or is there another way you do it?
We're going to get into that, my friend. All right.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody has anything, but to be able to post on Instagram and TikTok at the same time without having any like
Issues.
Yeah, like is there a
Like an app for it?
legitimate app that's worth using, or because I know you can do it on TikTok.
Yeah.
And TikTok puts this little watermark.
It's weird. They're not like super efficient. You always you need to clean it up at the end. I always think VAs, that's always the option. Yeah, VAs. You could use the thing is you could always make it cost effective if you like use it for other things, but I also know it like initial cost is expensive if you're just using it for reposting purposes. Yeah, there isn't an app yet for that. Yeah. Cool. All right. So now, guys, this just got released as well. This is super, 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 super powerful. Everyone, in my opinion, should be doing this. How to generate more leads through AI. Everyone, who said they know what ManyChat is? Okay, so quickly I'll brush up on it. Have you guys seen any of my videos where I do like a call to action at the end? DM me the word this and I'll give you that. So how ManyChat works is when you go and comment the word, an automation happens automatically where it sends you guys the resource, but now I have all the tracking of like who the lead was that got into my funnel. Does that make sense? So now if I want, I could go reach out to you guys again being like, these are my services. But that is the old school way. That's automations. The AI is completely different. So what this is a new app or a new AI agent where what they do is they go through your Instagram. Does anyone know what follow-ups is? Like if you're a new barber, people will tell you message 50 people a day, right? They'll go and message 50 people a day to potentially get a client, right? Think about if you had someone do that for you every single day that was an AI through local businesses, through local coffee shops, clothing stores and whatnot. If they went and targeted specific people and messaged them being like, hey, I'm a barber with specific copy and messages, being like, come to my business. But they did that 1,000 times in a week, like 4,000 times in a month. And it was all automatically done without any effort from you. How powerful would that be? Right? Imagine 4,000 people, 1% of that is how many people? How many? 40. Okay, less than that, 0.1%. 4. Right? Would you not say, by the way, it's $50 a month, 4 clients is, let's say, 200, and 0.1% is terrible metrics, right? That would still make it worth it. And by the way, I'm not sponsored, but it's $50 a month, and there's a specific way I've literally done that. You guys could click on the video. There's a bit of like technicalities involved on setting it up, but this is insane. Just so you guys have an idea, has anyone gotten messages by me on Instagram like a lot of times? Yeah, these are people I hired. Yeah, I think at this point the entire industry has, yeah. These are people I hired that cost thousands of dollars. This does it for you guys for $50 a month. So look into it. I highly recommend it. But there's also this. There's ManyChat you guys could use. But the difference is this AI agent would reach out to people. That means people that haven't even been interested, haven't followed you, but are in local businesses. The difference with this is you have to do something for them to, like they would have to reply, they have to engage with you for the automation to work, right? So they probably will have to follow you first. But what's cool about this is I've created this video for you guys specifically on how you guys could track this. Okay, so in this video, now if you do a specific video, if you guys do a specific, or even in general, if they're looking for a haircut, it's all in this video that I created for you guys. You know how it says for you guys, everyone here, what's the link, what's the bio say in your Instagrams? Click the link below to book an appointment. That's the old school way of doing it. The new school way would be message the word haircut and I'll send you my schedule. So that's what I set up for you guys. Because why is this so much better? That. Nope.
You immediately give them a chance.
Oops. This. You know all your leads. Because guys, you don't right now, with the link in bio, you have no idea which lead was interested, but decided, I'm not gonna book it next week. I'm not gonna book it now. Would that data not be important? Because now you have a list of people that didn't decide to book, but were interested enough to book that you could go reach out. Those are way more valuable people than people that are just following you on Instagram. Because now they've already raised their hand. They've already taken the first step.
You don't think some people might hesitate to reach out to you just because they'd rather just go and check the schedule and
Potentially, but I would rather have the data.
Does it collect the data like that automatically?
Yeah. So once you click that video, I set it all up for you through the sheets, and now you have a list of people you can reach out to. Cool. What could be other acquisition channels? I'm gonna skim through this as well because I want to make sure we go through the end process here. But what is other acquisition channels you guys could use for your businesses? And by the way, does anyone know acquisition channels? Other ways to acquire a client. What could be other ways? I put a list of them, okay? Especially in the digital world, guys, I think it's important now, like this one, to host events, baby. Events, yeah. Why? Because people want that relationship. So if you're a barbershop owner, I think throw more events, in-person events. There was one idea from one of you guys, I don't know who it was, like a UFC night for clients. I think that would be huge. Think about it, especially like with men's barbering. Like people love this stuff because it's very important to build relationships. They're going to be less of a fan of your technical skill, but more of a fan of your environment, your shop, your culture. That's how they're going to be into that loyalty bracket at the very bottom. That's where you want them to be. So couple acquisition channels, pop-up events, gym and fitness collabs. I don't see too many people do that. If you're a new barber, if you don't have that many appointments, why aren't you going to gyms and putting your station cutting their hair? You know the starving crowd method? Where's the best place to sell water? Marathon.
I reached out to a gym and I told them, I said, I'm working on a deal with them right now where it's like if the staff comes in and brings in people, the staff gets a discount personally as like a kind of like a subscription between me and business with the gym. So it's like the owner, the
there you go.
People, so the people who work there get the discount, but then they funnel people from like, so we also do hair and makeup. So I'm like, we can do working on a deal where they can come in, we set up shop where we go to the actual like competitions, do their hair, their makeup and stuff there. So then that way we also get the competitors, we get everybody ready for the competition day. So I'm working
you charge them?
like that. Huh?
You charge them?
So I'm working on that aspect because I'm not in charge of my shop.
Oh, right.
So I'm trying to work on what I can do with
What the own, yeah.
But I'm leaving that eventually, so.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Does this make sense? Coffee shops leaving even like what Veronica said, some sort of sponsorships. Local influencers, we had this conversation, micro influencers, super helpful, especially if you guys have, who has a product line? Even if it's white label, okay, cool. Post-cut booking forms, get $5 off. These are really good ones you guys could read through later. Yeah, someone raised their hand? No? Okay. But let's talk sales, okay? These are the three key components, right? We got marketing, we got, what else? Skill set. Third one is sales. That's one thing we don't talk about the industry. Who's gone to barber school here? Did they ever talk about sales? How crazy is that? How insane is that? They didn't tell you to actually how to make money. How to be successful. This is very important. Yeah, I know. We don't want to go on that tangent. All right. What we'll cover, understanding sales, how to sell, best methods to handle objections. Everyone here 24/7 gets objections, and you'll see how to handle them. And role play with group. I might get a couple of you guys to do some role playing here. So, why do we need to know sales? Most barbers think that if they're skilled enough, post enough, the clients will come. But the truth is, skill and marketing only solve half the equation. Let's break it down. Skill set gets people to stop and say, damn, this guy's nice at cutting hair. Marketing gets people to notice you, watch your work, and maybe even DM you. But sales, you might be able to get them in the door from your marketing, but can you keep them around and get them to refer everyone to you? Because the best in the industry aren't best barbers. They're the ones who know how to communicate value, build trust, and confidently close. Once you can do that, game fucking over. Your calendar's full, your prices raised, and your business scales. So, 3 parts of sales: before the service, during the service, and after the service. So before service, in DMs, you could do cold outreach, right? Messaging people, hey, are you interested in a haircut? Or on calls, you could send them voice note. Most people don't do that, but if you did, I bet you probably would get a lot of people. Imagine you called clients being, hey, how you been? Would you be interested? No one does that. If you have the time, do it. When replying to comments on stories, booking a consultation, talking to someone, okay, we know this, right? We could look through this later. But this is the most important slide in my opinion, right? How often do you guys feel like these questions come up? That's too expensive. I can get a cut somewhere else for cheaper. Do you do discounts? I'll wait until I have more money. I'm not sure if it's worth that much for a haircut. Can I just get a basic cut now? What does that really mean? That just tells you that they don't see the value or the difference in what you offer. That's what they're telling you. So you have to be able to handle that objection. How do you handle that? That could just be done through communication, to be honest. The second one is a time-based objection. That's probably 99% of our industry, right? I'm too busy right now. I don't need a haircut. Let me check my schedule. Maybe next week. I'll think about it and get back to you. Trust comfort objections. I've had a bad experience before. I don't know if I trust you. I'm picky with my hair. So for time-based objections, what they're really telling you, they're unsure about making it a priority. It's not urgent enough. Trust part, they need more reassurance, proof, or a connection with you. That's all that means if you understand it. So how do you handle those objections? Let's take 5 to 10 minutes. How do you guys think you would be able to handle price-related objection, a time-based objection, and a trust comfort objection? So let's just say a client tells you that's too expensive. What do you tell them? Give you a free cut? Okay, that's 100%. Okay, what else?
Usually I go the route of value. I just explain, if you're going to the barber that's $5 cheaper, but I'm giving you $50 more worth of value, but for $5 more, I was like, what's it worth to you? Do you care about your looks? And I just explain the route of value and remove the price conversation completely. And then they realize the value and are worth going that $5 or $10 more route.
Okay.
I break it down as simple as this. It's like a one-liner. You don't go to a McDonald's expecting a steakhouse dinner, do you? No? Okay. Leave it at that, bro. And then I'll just laugh.
Cool.
I'm like, if you want to come, you can, bro. No, that's cool. You can go down the street.
Yeah, because you really want to, when people make those, it's too expensive objections, do you even want to entertain those kind of people?
Fair enough. I like that idea. But if someone was to tell me, we were having this conversation a lot of people ask me this, what do you do when a client tells you that when you raise your prices? To be honest, I think there is a better way, and this is what I thought about. I was like, what if we tell them this, and it's true? So you could actually kind of put it back on them, right? So what I say, or what I would say is, they totally get that, right? Someone goes on, it's too expensive for a cut. Totally get that. There's actually 4 to 5 shops in that area that charge the same, but would you be open to hearing a different perspective? The way I cut hair saves you time and money long term. I specialize in tailored precision-based haircuts I learned in London. So proof, right? You're just proving it right away. We build shape that lasts so you don't need to come back so often. So all of a sudden, I made it for them, to their perspective and their eyes, it's cheaper actually if you come to me because you're going to have more longevity. It's going to look better. It's tailored. So that's the whole point. You need to be able to communicate that with language to be able to give them that perspective, because maybe that's all it took. Maybe they just needed to understand why you were charging that, rather than just telling them also that's my prices. right? Because what if it took a 30-second conversation for you to just explain to them, right? Educate them on why that is. Would it not be worth it? Go ahead.
So I had that actually happen right before I came here. There's this dude that came in, like he was wanting a haircut, but he sat here and I told him how much it was for just a beard trim. It's $40 is what I charge, and it's like where I'm at, there's 20,000 people. Most of the time, if you're getting your beard, it's like $5 to $10. And he's like, "Whoa, dude! Like everything's getting way expensive nowadays. Like prices are always going up and everything." I literally said to him basically that. I was like, "Yeah, I completely understand, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, you do kind of pay for what you get. The reason why people come to me is because it's specifically designed for that person."
Yeah.
And so I got him. I was like, "Yeah, bro, I got a slot at 12 o'clock tomorrow. Does that work for you? Just or a time close. Close him on the time." He came, and then after he left, like booked up for a haircut and beard trim, which is $80. After complaining about prices,
Right.
he's like, "Damn, like it's worth it." Went up front, talked to all the other barbers there.
And
Like, you like it? He's freaking sitting looking at himself in the mirror. It just took me 30 seconds.
Yeah.
To be like, "Hey, bro, this is why. If you like it, great." I was like, "You don't have to come back if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Just try it out once." And then now I got him every 2 weeks.
And here's the thing, guys. It's not their fault. Think about it. Which barber would actually go take their time to explain it? They're just so used to barbers just being like somewhat ghetto, not giving a shit, like not really looking at this as a professional career, right? So all it takes is someone to actually just change their perspective and it's done. If you communicated that through the way we just broke it down, I promise you they're going to look at you differently. If anything, they're going to respect you. And I think eventually if they go somewhere else, they'll realize the difference, right? So it's worth it, in my opinion, to do that.
It's a feeling that you can kind of like play along with that. So a lot of my clients, their business, their travel, they do all this stuff. And so last time I raised my prices like $5. They're like, $5 is a big difference. And I said, okay, well, you go to conferences, you see people on Zoom all the time, you're selling stuff. So would you rather go down the street cheaper where you're risking your image with your clientele, or do you want to charge, like just pay the extra $5 and we continue what we're doing and you know you're guaranteeing yourself the extra cut?
Mm-hmm.
They're like, "Oh yeah, you're right." I'm like, so you're presenting yourself in a whole different way. So it's like you're selling that feeling of where would you rather be at? Would you rather risk that and then appear like you're not as confident in your business meetings because of the way that you look and you're self-conscious? Or you'd rather pay the extra price and then go in full confident knowing that you're still going to get the same experience at a higher value, then would you then risk it?
Makes sense. Cool. All right. So again, you guys could do this through your phone as well. You could literally do selling through your phone. That's why a lot of the times I think some of you guys might feel nervous, right? If someone tells you that, it could sometimes seem like there's resistance in wanting to explain yourself. But I think test it out. Start messaging your clients, seeing how you can handle those objections through your phone first, and then slowly build your confidence. But all it is the confidence in yourself to really know your own value to be able to communicate that to them, right? Does that make sense so far? Cool. Next, how to focus and what to focus on. So this one's a good one. It's something I've been studying a lot recently, which is cognitive load. Does anyone know what that is? What is cognitive load? Close, yeah. Okay, so the way I broke it down is cognitive load. Everyone knows computers. Everyone knows what RAM is. So what cognitive load is think of RAM, right? If you have so many tabs that are open on your computer, what happens to your computer? Slows down, right? But that's literally what happens to us. What tends to happen, we do so many tasks that your subconscious doesn't even know about. So you have all these tabs in your life that are open that you haven't closed. Example, you have to call your credit card company to cancel a transaction or ask for something that happened within your credit card company. How long does that really take? It takes a minute to jump on a call and do it. But we put it off. Okay, that's one. That's another tab that just opened. You have to send that message to that person because they replied to you, but you haven't sent that message back. Boom, that's a second tab. You're supposed to post that piece of content, but you didn't. Okay, boom, that's another tab. And what do you think happens on a long enough time horizon? You burn out, and your focus. What happens to your focus?
Too many things to focus.
It's done. It's gone. It's dead in the water. So let's talk about this quickly, because a lot of the tabs you guys have will probably take you less than a minute to close. So I want you guys to be conscious. And also another tab that I want to say is like a YouTube video. If you start a YouTube video, finish the YouTube video. Because if you don't, all your subconscious is doing is wondering, without you even realizing, what was the last part of that video, right? So a lot of you guys have all these tabs open. So I want you to consciously now, moving forward in your life, either close all the tabs you currently have, or when you start something, make sure you finish it. And if you think you can't finish it, don't start it. Because all it is building up RAM, and it's reducing your focus, your ability to focus on one thing. Because that's the difference. Elon Musk, he's a multi-billionaire. He's probably the richest person in the world. Do you know why? Because he's able to focus on one task and finish that task in any business. He can figure out what the bottleneck of that business is, and then he's able to put all his time and effort to finish that task. That's the difference. Imagine if you guys had all your focus on one task. What would happen? You become the best. We all have the same abilities. No one's smarter than one another. But if one person, it's just the difference is one person is able to identify what they need to do and just put all their attention on that thing. And that's the thing. These things are designed to keep us distracted and keep us removed from focusing on those things. So it's a matter of being conscious. Does that make sense? Okay, write it down. What are the top things you guys need to close tabs on right now? Smallest things, text messages you got to send back, things you guys got to do, emails you got to reply to, money you got to pay people.
I think something to help with all that is John helped me with this using the Google Calendar app. And
Huge.
That was a big game changer for me. I would always forget these little tabs and remember like a month later, and I was like, oh man, like I still haven't done this.
Yeah. Well, this is going to be fuel to that now. Okay. As you guys are writing it down, I'm going to give you a little gift here. This is a super, super powerful tool. Okay. This tool, and this is the whole point of why delegation is so important, right? Money is a tool. We need to be able to use it the whole point of using money and having money is to make our lives a lot easier, right? So what this will tell you is based on this graph, when you go through it, it's in that document when you guys open it, put all the little tasks that you guys are doing, right? Because we said we want to be able to focus on one task. A lot of the times you're doing all these random shit. You're cooking food, you're doing the chores, like some of those things should be delegated. And the reason why this will tell you, this will actually tell you, do an audit of your life on what you're actually losing money on and what you're making it based on the task you're actually focusing on. So chores, do you guys think that's going to make you money? Watching Netflix, all these little tasks, it'll add up at the end, the total amount you're making or losing. So then this way you could identify what you should be removing or what should be delegated. That was the biggest impact in my life. When I started realizing a lot of the things that I do, I shouldn't be doing. Because all of that is taking, again, space in my brain. Thinking of the chores I have to do, thinking of the clothes I gotta wear. A lot of the times, you guys have so much clothes, you wake up in the morning, the first thing is you're already operating from a place of like, I wonder what I'm gonna wear. That's taking space from your brain. You should be able to, imagine if you could remove all distractions. You wake up and you just are able to do one thing. That's the only thing you need to do. What would happen? Your life would change. Cool. Q&As, guys, before we bring on the number one presenter in the world. Anyone got questions? Nope? Yeah.
How do you simplify everything where it's manageable? Because let's say your burn is starting to track your ads, do this and that. So how do you start doing everything in a way where it's actually productive and you actually get shit done and you're not just like, oh, let me start this and then...
Good. Yeah. I think it comes down to identifying what is the highest leverage thing for you to do. What do you think today or like tomorrow, whatever, when you're back at the shop, is the one thing that would yield you the most impact? Doesn't even have... What is it? There you go.
If I make an ad, 5 minutes to...
So dude, forget about maybe posting content that day, right? Forget about all these little tasks that you're doing short. Like focus on that one thing. That's it. Starts with that. And then get really good at it. Become the best at it. Like a big reason people ask me, how did I get so good at cutting hair? That's literally it. I don't know if anyone knows the story, but what I did is think about it. There's so much that goes into hair. For precision-based cutting, you need to know angles. You need to know shape. You need to know the texture of hair. You need to know how much length you need to cut, how much weight I need to remove, how much do I refine. What does that line at the nape need to look like? Okay, so what did I do? I said, okay, let me focus on sectioning this entire week. Put all my efforts in understanding how to become the best person to section. My entire week, I didn't care how much the end result of the taper looked. I put way less focus and time and way more time on like becoming really good at sectioning. Okay, by the end of the week, I got way better at sectioning. Great, now let me focus on my body positioning. Okay, for a whole week, then I got really good at body. Let me focus on angles. Okay, got really good at angles. Okay, let me focus on this. Slowly you stack up. And then you go back and you do the same process. In 2 years' time, that's what ended up happening. Yeah.
What was your determining factor for that? So when did you just feel, like what was an indication?
When I got burnt out.
So you had to burn out.
Yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of the times, it's a lot of pain that gets you to realize, okay, well, I got to change my process somehow. Yeah. It is, man. Yeah.
Do you think there's, like, even though, like, let's say you do, in a sense, everything right, do you think, like I've heard someone say this, like, even if you're successful, you know, to find success, like, there's no balance sometimes. Do you feel like that was you most of the time? Did you find balance, or was it, like, a lot of different emotions?
Someone said this really, I wish I could quote it properly now. Someone defined balance in the best way I've ever heard, because I never believed in it. But I think balance is based on the period of your life you're in as well, right? Again, I won't be able to quote him, but if I get the quote, I'll let you know. For me, though, I've never had balance, but also for me, balance is different from someone else. Someone might value balance based on the relationships they have with work and their spouse. For me, like right now, like my balance is different. I like the balance of like going to the gym and working really hard. To me, that's balance, right? So I think it all depends on your life. It's not like one word answer or one sentence. It's like, what do you care about the most? Just do that thing. Do the thing you care about the most. I don't know. That's my answer to balance. I've never had a balance of like, okay, I got to do this and I got to do that. That never really worked out for me. I've always been able to focus on what I've loved the most. And here's the truth. There will be sacrifices as well, right? I've sacrificed a bit of my relationship with my family because I haven't been so present, right? So there's certain things I've sacrificed to get to where I'm at. And I think that's what it comes down to. What are your priorities in life? Yeah. Which part?
The sacrifice.
What was that question?
Like, do you believe it's coming back to you? As in, you're sacrificing your relationship with your family now in order to build something so that later you have to...
Yeah. Yeah. And the tough part is that is why I'm doing it, but it's sometimes hard for the other party to understand as well. You can't always win. That's the truth. You just got to do what's best for you. Yeah. Good? Cool?
What's a good way to handle burnout? That's something I'm currently going with right now.
Change of environment. Yeah. For me, that's helped a lot. If you truly feel burnt out, take 2 days. And another one is, I think, just freaking get rid of your phone. Remove yourself from social media. Try to like lock yourself in a cabin for 3 days. I bet you'll come back feeling a lot better.
This is my version of locking myself in a cabin.
There you go. Yeah. Phone, I'm telling you guys, I'm going to end it with this. I want you to know we're living in a world where they have designed us to lose. Like they're programmed everything around us for us to lose. So it's like hard for us to not be distracted. Like think about it. They've spent billions of dollars figuring out engineers to go on social media and find ways to get us hooked. Like that's literally, there's thousands of people on a computer being like, how can we engineer this social media game so you guys feel hooked and consuming and not producing? So one, it's okay, now that you know that that's the game, so how can you consciously not do that, right? So it's priming your environment. When you guys go home and sleep at night, do you have your phone next to you? Because what happens in the morning when you wake up and it's next to you? So right away, your brain's already on reactive mode. Then you see a sad fucking video. Then your brain's already emotional. You didn't even start your day. When do you have time to focus on yourself? The first 2 hours should be for you. Read a book, pray, or talk to people you love, right? Or not even talk to people, talk to yourself. There should be no computer. There should be no blue light in the first couple hours of your day. Okay, that's one. So it's figuring out ways to prime your environment. I put my phone in another room. And then I go start my day. I get a coffee. Then I'm like, no team members. I'm not distracted. I'm like studying, watching other videos, or writing emails, figuring out what my tasks are, journaling, praying, all these things, right? So prime your environment, because a lot of the times we're not doing that. And then the first thing you do is you look at your phone, right? You're distracted, and then that's how your day starts. You're already starting the day on a negative. Like you're already losing the day. Yep.
I did find a little hack that you're absolutely right, but if you are on your social media, you can tailor it to where you see shit that keeps you on point. If you don't click on the ass videos and different things and unfollow the shit that's gonna distract you and follow things that keep you motivated. I found that sometimes when I pick up my phone, the first thing is from a quote page that just motivates, like I can get to it, and then I put my phone down.
Right.
There's nothing else to look at. It's motivating.
Yeah.
But you're still right to me.
Yeah, I think the thing with social media, it's very reactive. You don't know what posts you're gonna watch, right? I would rather have control. I want to be very like conscious of what I want to watch. If there's motivational things that I need, then I'll listen to a podcast that I was in control over listening. But the problem with social media, you don't even know what you're watching, so it's very reactive. So yeah. Okay, guys, we're gonna get the next guest in here, Mr. Jake Carls, all the way from Montreal. Come on, big round of applause. Perfect. Okay, 15 minutes, guys. Let's take a break.